everyone. Well, up until about 3 weeks ago, I very rarely went on YouTube, and I certainly didn't do Shabby Chic. And then I found a few fantastic girls on YouTube, Laura being one, Elise being another, Crafty Mama is another one that I've started following. In fact, I've been subscribing to quite a few now. And thanks to Laura, I've got absolutely obsessed with making stick pins. Now in the UK, we don't, it's not that easy, let's put it that way, to get hold of sort of hat pins, stick pins, things like that. And if you can, they're generally really quite expensive. Along with flowers, you know, the paper mulberry flowers, things like that, they're very expensive in the UK. We don't get anything like the Michael's deals that the girls have been getting in the UK. I've been sat here watching all the videos, completely drooling. Very jealous, wish I could move to the US. But that's not going to happen, so I have to use what I've got. Now, I created my very first Shabby Chic item the other day. Again, inspired by Laura and Elise. I've had a particular notebook in my stash for absolutely years. I bought it. It's a beautiful, I'll show you the back. It's a beautiful gold sort of distressed look already. It's just absolutely striking. And like I said, I've had it in my stash for so long. I never thought I was ever going to use it. And having watched a load of videos on YouTube, I thought, do you know what? I can do this, she says. And so I set about, and this is what I ended up creating. Now, I absolutely love it. I'm really, really, really chuffed with it. Like I said, it's not something I would normally do. I tend to go for cards and cutesy and things like that. But after seeing Laura's card that she made with the Tim Holtz birdcage and how it was all sort of put up so that, you know, it actually looked like a proper cage, I had to go and find one. And luckily somebody on a group on Facebook that I follow had one that she was willing to sell me. I only paid £10 for it, which I was so chuffed because that was with postage as well. She's a lovely lady called Christine, and she sold it to me for £10. So I was over the moon. Couldn't wait to get here, and my daughter, who's only 9, made such a beautiful card with it that my middle daughter borrowed or pinched to give to her friend for her birthday, and all her friends thought it was lovely. So this birdcage die is going to go a very long way. But this is what I created. I had this sort of applique heart again in my stash for so long. Would never have used it in a million years. I've used some seam binding, which I've sort of distressed a little bit with some Tim Holtz brush corduroy, I think I used. I hunted out one of my old Mills and Boon books, cut out some flowers, and popped them up. Used a brad that I've had in my stash by Paper Mania, I think, again for ever so long. I bought them to go with a paper pad, and I never really used them, so actually it was perfect for this. And I don't know whether you can see, but on the top I've got this cute little silver flower, metal flower with a little brad in the middle, so I popped that on the top to hide, you know, where I stuck things down. Again, I used some papers that I had in my stash. I think mine's eye papers by the looks of it, and I just went a bit mad with some flowers. These little flowers here were the middles of one of the new My Favourite Things dies that I got from my mum's craft shop. I didn't use the outline, which is what I've used here, because I just wanted the little flowers here. This is one of the proper flowers that I made, which I actually found quite difficult to make with sort of book paper. It didn't want to stay scrunched, and then it didn't want to roll up, and then I had to get it really quite small, which was a bit of a pain in the bottom, to say the least. And then I did a lot of distressing on the bird, and adding some very cute little leaves by, I think they're Marianne Designs, I think, to finish it off, along with some lace at the bottom. And I really, really like it. I've just got it leaned up against my sewing machine on my desk, because my desk is an absolute pigsty, and I haven't done anything to the middle because it's just so beautifully decorated, you know, so beautifully finished, and the papers are just stunning. They're not paper, they're more of a, you know, handmade, so I don't think I'm ever going to use it. I'm never going to write in it, but it just looks so striking up against my, leaning against something, and I just sit and look at it. A second thing I'll do, I'm going to do all my things in one video, I expect, probably the only video I'll ever make, was I had a little sort of paper mache box that, again, I've had for quite a while, and having seen all the gorgeous Michaels balsa boxes that, again, I've fallen in love with, which we will never get in the UK, I thought, well, the next best thing is this little thing. I've actually bought a round one now, that's on Saturday, for about £1, and so I created this little box here. Very, very shabby. Again, was looking on the internet to see what ideas I could come up with. I used the full flowers from MFT this time, with all the papers that match. Put a lot of stickles on to make it some bling. I'm hoping this video isn't too bad because I'm taking it on my iPhone, so I do apologise. Now, I found some very cute wool the other day in sort of cream from Lidl's, of all places, and I thought, well, the pom-pom trim in the UK can be quite expensive for a metre, and I have got some in a brown, but I'm probably like the same with you guys, you know, once you get something you really love, you don't want to use it. So I haven't used it. So I've distressed with Rusty Hinge, I think it was, this pom-pom trim, which actually matches this papers and the colours really, really well. I had some lace in my stash and some other stuff underneath, which I don't know whether you can see. Oh, I'm not doing this very well, am I? First time I've done a video like this. So I just sort of put a bit on and then put the lace on top and did a bit of distressing with the inks around it just to make it sort of coincide. And again, I put some lace around the edge, decorated the box and sort of distressed around the edges there. I didn't want to go all the way around the box because I thought, well, it only ended up getting messed up, so I've just done it on the edges and then sort of left a little gap around the corners. And then I made a stick pin, which I absolutely love. You can see my little butterflies, again, Martha Stewart, obviously, the 3 butterflies that you get on their punch. And I made a little stick pin just to sit in my flowers with my little butterflies there. So again, really, really liked how that came on. Don't know whether I'll ever give it to anybody, probably not. Now, I have made, I'll quickly show you, a stack of stick pins. I mean, there's got to be over 20 there. I've just gone berserk with stick pins. I absolutely love them. I'm a bit addicted at the moment. You know, every night I've got to make a stick pin. So I've managed to get some beads and things like that off of eBay, and a few girls off of Facebook that are selling things on sort of crafty sellers too and things like that. But my daughter, I'll show you the one that I made, that my daughter made me some beads. She's got some Fimo that she got given at Christmas, and bless her heart, she said, Mummy, I'm going to make you some beads. Now, I don't know whether you can see that because it's a bit, I think it might be a bit blurred. But she made me this really cute little white bead. And I said, well, put some little sort of dots on it or something. So she made me one with these little black dots. And then we painted it with some glitter because the white came out a bit mottled. She's only 9. And then I had one of these nice long hat pins. They're up a good 6-7 centimetres. And I just painted the top using my Pro Marker, not my Pro Marker, sorry, my Copic, my black Copic, and I actually think it came out really pretty, and my daughter's so chuffed that I've used her bead, and she also made me another bead last night as well, and she made it with lots of turquoise glitter all over it, so I said, oh look, I know exactly what I'm going to use that. So I put this all together, and again, she was so chuffed this morning when she saw that Mummy had made a stick pin using something that she created for me. Now, I'm going to show you one of my favourite ones that I've made. I won't go into all of them, I might leave that for another day. But this was probably my first stick pin that I made, and I absolutely love it. Really don't know whether you can see that without it being too blurred. But look at that bead at the top, it's so pretty. And I got these little wing spacer bead. I absolutely love this one, and it's so big and so pretty. I don't know whether you can see that now, but this bead here is just gorgeous. But again, in the UK, beads have a habit of being incredibly expensive. I mean, we don't get to get these, you know, packs of beads at Michael's or Joann's or anything like that for, you know, a couple of dollars. They are really, you're talking £5 for a string of beads over in the UK. I was having a look on Saturday. I nearly had a heart attack. So did my other half. But while I was experimenting, I made some of these flowers. And I thought, oh, I'll turn them into a stick pin. So I did. There you go. Only a small one, because I didn't want to waste too many beads if I didn't like it. I made that one. And actually, I think Maddie might have made that one, actually. I made that one. And I put a little, you see? I'll put a little thing underneath it to make it look pretty. And there's my flower. Right, well, I've done 10 minutes already, and I'm quite shocked, actually. But just quickly, to finish off, I got all these stick pins, hat pins, from a lovely lady off Facebook, and it was one of the brown ones that I painted black. So now I know that I can, and it takes really, really well to the pearly bits at the top. I'm not stuck with just using sort of pink, green, and sort of like a topazy colour, really. And I just stuck them into a bit of Tim Holtz sponge at the bottom to keep them stood up. Thought it was quite a neat trick, actually. So there you go. That's my first video, and I don't think I said, but my name's Alex, and my blog is sillybirds.blogspot.com. If any of you fancy popping over and saying hi, that'd be lovely. Thank you very much. Bye.